Hello guys, Jake and Coops here from NGRGAMING, and we are finally back with another FIFA 16 career mode video. So today we're going to be looking at the best young players on FIFA 16 career mode. So this will be players with the highest potential, youngest players with the highest starting overall, and yeah, so I haven't actually brought all these because some of them you can't get straight away, like Memphis Depay, players like that, because they've recently joined clubs. So I've had to transfer these over into the Man U squad just so you can all see them here. So let's have a look in the squad report. So starting with the goalkeeper position, we've got Kepa Arrizabalaga, who's 20 years old, 74 overall, and has potential of 87. And he's my personal favourite young goalkeeper on the game. And I know I'm going to go through all these players quick, but eventually I will be going into detail of each player, well, most of them, in their own separate videos once they've reached their highest potential, which I've already started doing. So starting off with Arrizabalaga, his stats, he's 6'2" by the way, and as you can see his stats at the bottom there, all around stats, not too bad for his age, and he has a potential of 87 overall. And if you want to buy him, he plays for Real Valladolid, or if that's how it's pronounced. Right, now going on to the right back position quickly, ignore Darmian and Abate, we've got Fabinho, 78 overall, 21, he has 3-star skills, high attacking and medium defensive work rates. He's a CDM and a right back, he's 6'2", so he's quite tall. And having a look at his stats on the right here, he's just one of them all-round players, like a Danilo kind of thing, where he's got the passing, he's got decent shots for a right back, he's got a bit of pace, he's got a good tackling, he can cross, he's good at dribbling, he's good at ball control, and I'm sure with the training on this he'll easily just get better. So Fabinho, I'm not too sure who he plays for. I think it might be Monaco, but I could be wrong. But what? He's Brazilian anyway, so that's one of the ways you can search for him. And he has a potential of, I think, 87 or 86, so obviously that's really good for him, but with the training on this, you'll exceed it if you want to. Now we're going on to Marquinhos, who's already pretty well known. He's already a PSG starting team, well, as far as I know. And he's just a all-around good player. He's a fast centre-back, which helps a lot on this game, because pace has been a bit more balanced this year, so if you've got a bit of pace with your centre-back, you can keep up with most strikers. And as you can see as well, he's got really good defensive stats there, and passing stats are really good too, and his heading accuracy. And if I'm right, he can play at right back too. Yeah, right back. And he's 6 foot, and he's just a really good player. 81 overall at 21. I think he has the potential of around 87, 86. Moving on to another centre-back, we've got Aymeric Laporte, who, if you've played any FIFAs in the last years, you'll know that he's always one of the best centre-backs on the game. He's from Bilbao, and he's 83 overall at 21. I think he can only play centre-back, yeah. He's left-footed, which is a bit of a change for a centre-back. And he's just got amazing defensive stats, so within a couple of years you'll have him up to about 86, 87 overall, and the sky's the limit with this kid. Like, if you train him, he can go up to whatever you want. We've also got Jose Maria Jimenez of Atletico Madrid, I believe. As you can see, 20 years old, 78 overall. Already got good defensive stats, he's got decent speed too. I think he's 6'1", yeah, 6'1", medium attacking work rate, high defensive work rate. He's an all-round good player. I'd say Laporte and where is he? Zuma are the best centre-backs to get, just because of how OP they are. But anyway, Nicholas Sewell is the next one, and I don't know who he plays for exactly, I just know it's in the German league. But his search for Germany centre-backs, he's 19 at the start of the game. He's 6'5". Oh Jesus! So as you can see, he's really tall, and he's got 93 strength, as you can see. Good heading, good stand and side tackles, and he hasn't really got the passing stats like the others. But if you wanted to train it, I'm sure you could get them to decent levels. And 78 overall at 19. That's really, really good, and you could probably get him up to about 87, 88 potential, or even exceed that. Now we've got Daniel Rugani, don't know how it's pronounced, who, unless he's only just transferred there on one of my other careers, I remember seeing him at Juventus, which I'm assuming is his start team, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. He's over 6 foot, yeah, 6'2", and even though his work rates aren't too good, he's just dominating in centre back. There's not much getting past him, as you can see from his marking slide and stand, which are all 83 at the age of 20. Bit of training, playing on the field, he'll go up a lot more. Now quickly go through some of the others who aren't as good but are an option if you're maybe like a lower league, not lower league, but like lower in the league, so you've got like a West Ham kind of team. So you've got Mbemba, who's in the Premier League, and the good thing about him is even though he's decent at defending, he's really, really fast already, so that's not going to need training. Really good player all around, and you might know him off Ultimate Team. And he's only 20 years old, 77 overall. I think he's got a potential, according to this website, of 87. So yeah, he can go up a lot. Now you've got Rumgoli, who is also for a cheaper team. 75 overall at 20. It's not the best, but he's always been a good young centre back. He plays for Roma, I believe, so you can get him up quick if you want a cheap centre back, who I believe, even if it doesn't say so, is good at. I was going to say he's good at right back, but left back. There you go. 2 positions for 1. Kurt Zouma here is another centre back. He's maybe for a more expensive team. Maybe try and get him on loan, maybe for a season if you're a lower league team, like I know a Leicester. He can play centre back and right back. He's really strong, fast, and if you've been seeing his performance in the Premier League, he's probably one of the only players for Chelsea that's playing well at the moment. We've got John Stones as well, who plays for Everton. He's 21, 77 overall, and he's just a good all-round defender. Probably not as good as some of the others, but like I say, lower league teams, you could easily get, I think he has potential of 86, 87, which could easily be reached with a bit of training and playing time. Luke Shaw, obviously the well-known Man United left-back. I'd say probably the second best left-back this year. Well, young left-back. As you can see, he's got good dribbling, crossing, which he's known for in real life. He's got decent pace, decent defending. He's one of them all-round left-backs. But my favourite, and was my favourite last year too, Jose Gaya. 80 overall, 20. He's like a young Jordi Alba. He's got all the pace, as you can see. And if I was you, I'd get him straight away because he goes up really fast. So for teams like Chelsea, Man City, he's a great signing. He's good in attack, he's good in defence, he's really good on the wing, and I believe he can play left mid too. Well, at least last year he could, so I'm sure you could stick him there if you wanted. Now moving on to Chelsea's Baba, who you won't be able to buy straight away. You'll have to wait until the January transfer window, as he's recently moved. And as you can see, really good physical attributes, decent skill attributes. He's got his defence stats really good there, and he's fairly decent pace, and he's got good dribbling, crossing. He's like a Luke Shaw type of left back. He can play left mid, and he's got 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, high attacking, medium defensive work rates. Maybe try and get him on loan. Ischilio, I'm not going to go into him because he's a bit older, but Jetro Williams from the Dutch league, but I don't know exactly who he plays for. I think it might be PSV, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. He's got potential of 86 overall, or 87, depending on how much you play him. But in my opinion, overalls, potential overalls can be exceeded really easily with a bit of game time and training. As you can see, he's really fast, strong, he can jump high, he can cross, he can pass, he can shoot. He's got everything you might want for a defender. Other than maybe his passing isn't the best, but still, really good left back. And if you can get him early, look at them stats straight away. 4-star skill moves as well. I didn't know he had them. That is amazing. I'd say he's better than Luke Shaw actually. Right, moving on to CDMs, we've got Saul of Atletico Madrid. As you can see on the right there, good all-round stats. He's a really hard worker. it might not say so there, but he's just dominating, and he can play 3 positions, so he's 3 in 1. Danilo of, I'm not too sure who, but he's Brazilian, so if you want to search for him, look at him through that. And as you can see, his technical stats are really good on the right side there. All around everything, defence, passing, good all round player, he's got decent speed too. Then moving on to the obvious choice of Marco Verratti, who 84, 22, amazing, absolutely amazing player. He's fast, he can defend, he's got everything. And as you can see from the right side there, what an amazing talent at 22. He's got the dribbler and acrobat specialties already, long passer trait, 4-star skill moves, high attacking, high defensive work rate. He can play CDM. The only problem is he's 5'5", but that can work to his advantage when getting past players. Now we've got Mateo Kovacic, don't know how it's pronounced, but he recently moved to Real Madrid, so you won't be able to buy him until January, much like Baba. He's got good all-round stats. He's fast for a centre mid, and I think he can play CDM too. As you can see there as well, he's got good ball control, good dribbling, really good all-round midfielder. Now the best young player on the game, in my opinion, Yuri Tielemans. He's 18, 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill move, and he has potential of 90 to 91, but can easily exceed that. He's such a good player already when you get him, and he's probably the best hidden gem on the game and has been for a couple of years now. He's just amazing all round, and look at them stats, near enough everything's green at his age, which is amazing. And he's really good in cam too, so that's a 2 in 1, but I would say centre mid to play him in. Now we've got Halilovic, who on one of my career modes I didn't buy him in the first season, but after the first season he'd already gone up to 81, and he plays for Barcelona, and you could probably get him with a lower league team early on because he's not going to cost that much. Look, 73, and his stats are already fairly decent, and 4 positions he can play, 3 sorry, but he can also play cam. It doesn't say it on there, but he can. And he's got 4-star skill moves. He's a really good all-round player, and he's like a tiny Iniesta when you play with him, making them little passes through. And yeah, just a really good creative midfielder. Now I've got Bentaleb, who is probably for a cheaper team again. I think he may have moved to PSG, but yeah, he's got decent all-round stats. I'm not going to spend too much time on him. And Bazor, who, as you can see, compared to Bentaleb, is 2 years younger, and stats on the right look a bit better. He's a really strong player, and he plays in the Dutch league once again. I don't know exactly who, but he's Dutch and in the Dutch league, so there's something to search him through, or you can just search his name. Now we've got Adrien Rabiot, who is PSG player, I think, yeah. And he's got decent pace, decent defence. I'm not going to spend too much time on these because we probably already saw the best midfielders. Paul Pogba, obviously amazing. I mean, look at the stats on the right. You can't go wrong with him. That's only for a really what's the word? Rich team, because he's going to cost you, set you back about 30-40 million right straight away. But he's worth it in the long run, I believe. Do not know who this kid is. He isn't supposed to be here. I'm assuming he's just a Man U player. Same with him. We've got Julian Brandt here. He's good for like a Leicester, West Ham team at the beginning. So you've got left mid, right mid, cam. He can play anywhere. He's 4-star skill moves, and with a bit of training, he can go up to an 86. But I'm sure you could beat that. I'm just going off potentials off the FIFA 16 player ratings off EASports.com. That's for their potentials, but I know that they can go much higher than that. We've got Adnan Januzaj, who's at Dortmund on loan, but plays for Man U, so you're going to have to wait a year to get him. We've seen Januzaj around for some time now, and he's sort of been kicked out of the Man U squad slowly by a couple of better players, but given time, he's going to prove to be a real talent. I mean, look at them stats. They're not the best, but for a left mid at his age, I think they're good enough, and he can go up so fast, and 4-star skill moves. He's got potential of, well, I'm not going to read theirs, which is an 86. I'm going to go by my own one. He's an 88 because I have him on a different career mode where he's almost 85 and he's only like 23. So he can easily surpass the potentials on here. We've got Raheem Sterling, really good player. Not well liked by Liverpool fans though, since his move to Man City, which is where you'll find him, but once again you'll have to wait until January as he's recently moved. Really good dribbler, skiller, fast-paced winger. 82 at 20, I mean, he's going to go up to 90, 89 if you give him some playing time. Ceballos, who, as you just have a quick look at him, I'm not going to go into much detail about him, but Ferreira Carrasco, the Belgium left mid, who I believe might be a Monaco player, but I'm not too sure. And if you look at his stats on the right, at 21, he's a really good all-round left mid. He's got dribbling, pace, he's got decent shots as well, which I know from playing with him, and he's quite tall if I remember. 5'11", so fairly tall. And 4-star skill moves. He can also play on the right last year, not this year, but you can always give that a go. And yeah, he's just a really good player. Lucas Piazon of Chelsea, but he's on loan to, I don't know where at the beginning, so you'll have to wait a year. 75, 21, Brazilian left mid, 4-star skill, I believe. 3-star. He's got flair and finesse shot, and as you can see from the right, really good all-round player. Bit of training, some of them stats will, well, he'll easily surpass 85, 86 overall. Maximilian Meyer, probably one of the best young cams in the world at the moment, or young midfielders. Really good player, fast, other than his sprint speed for some reason, must take a while to get going. But yeah, his potential is about 88, 89. Really good cam, can play them balls through, and can also has a good finesse shot on him. Acrobat apparently, and he can play centre mid as well, that's what I was looking for. So he can play 2 positions and he's got 4-star skill. These are some of the more exciting players, like Oliver Torres of Atletico Madrid and Myers of Schalke, by the way, I think. So Oliver Torres, really good, it might not show it in his stats, but he's really good fast pace, like, dribbler, and in game he's got a really good finesse shot on him and can beat players really easily. So have a look out for him. We've got Ross Barkley of Everton too. Cam, 21, 79 overall. I know I'm just reading the stats out to you, but trust me, you want this guy. He can play Cam left mid, and I don't know how to describe it, but basically I've never seen someone as good as long shots as him. I don't know whether it's just me, but for me, he doesn't miss with that left foot of his. He can absolutely smash them, and had a really good game for England at the weekend, supposedly. I didn't watch it because I don't like watching England play, but anyway. 79, got a potential of 87, and yeah, he's just a great all-round player. We've got Marco Asensio. I don't know who he plays for, but as you can see, probably for a cheaper team. Really good all-round player. Mastor, he is amazing. AC Milan, but he's on loan for the first season, maybe even the first 2. I believe he's on a 2-year loan. But the best thing about Mastor is he's got 5-star skill at his age. A Moroccan cam from AC Milan, but he's on loan for 2 years, remember? Well, at least he was on my career mode. So, even though he's not that good of a rating for his age, if you can play him and give him time and get him up, he'll be worth it, because you might have like an 86 rated 5-star skiller, and he'll just be ripping defences at that point. Vieto recently transferred to Atletico Madrid. As you can see, he's got really good stats for a striker, good finisher, already 87 at his age. That's amazing. Alsacer, I don't know how it's pronounced, but he is of, I believe it is Villarreal or Valencia, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah. Really good finisher already at his age, 80 rated at 21, that is really good, and 4-star skiller, no, 3-star skiller apparently. I believed he was 4, but anyway. If you look on the right, you can just tell he's going to turn out to be like 88, 89 rated. Embolo of Oh, I do not know his team. Basel, that is it, Basel. He's from Switzerland, I believe. Yeah, 4-star skill. I can play striker, centre forward, right wing. He's got a potential of about 88, 89. His physical stats are unbelievable for his age. What a pacey player. And he's already got some decent technical, mental stats. So if you can train him up, he's really got 76, 18. He can easily fly through his ratings. Anthony Martial, who just like to thank you by the way for over 10,000 views on the FIFA 15 video of him. Recently moved to Man U, and yeah, he's got really good pace stats, and if you can just improve with training like his technical stats a tiny bit, like maybe get his finishing to about 83, 84, you'll have an unstoppable player. And he's French, Man U, if you want to look out for him. Just quickly, he's got 3-star skill, which isn't the best, but high attacking, medium defensive work rates, which isn't bad. Moving on to NGRGAMING and Dybala, probably my two favourite young strikers on the game at the moment. Both of these amazing players. Starting off with Korea, they're both similar in the way that they're pacey and can finish, but Dybala of Juventus and Korea of Atletico Madrid. I believe Dybala's the better, just because of his long shots. And look, I mean, just look on the technical stats, they're already like what you'd expect for a 26, 27-year-old. And they've both got potentials of 88, but if you can exceed that if you want to. 80 free kick accuracy, 80 penalties, 80 volleys. What a player. Bertrand Traore, who I'm not going to go into detail with, he's at Chelsea if you want to have a look at him. Will Keane, no idea who that is, must be a Man U player. Memphis Depay, the second highest potential player on the game. He's got a 90 to 91 potential, and he's the last player in this video. He's got pace, 4-star skill this year by the way, not 5. He's not playing bad for Man U at the moment. He can play cam, he's a free kick specialist, 90 free kick accuracy, 88 shot power, 85 curve. He's a really, really good player, and that concludes this video. So, as I said earlier, there will be separate videos going into detail on each of these players once they've reached their highest potential, so look out for them. Be sure to subscribe for any more that you want to see, and like this video. And I know this is dragged a bit, I'll be trying to make the next one shorter, which there will be. There will be a video of each player at their highest potential, and clips of like some of their best goals and etc. Yeah. Right, so see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.